Hi, this is Rick from OpusEvent.com, and this short video is going to be showing you how to create a new OpusEvent account. And it's going to be fairly simple, and it's the same in all of our applications. So just to review here from the logging in video, we have 4 different websites that you can get to. There's www.opusevent.com, which is for general access. We have audition.opusevent.com for honor group auditions, contest.opusevent.com for solo and ensemble contests, and finally we have register.opusevent.com for conference registration. So that's how you find us on the web. And let me pull open a browser and I'll show you what that looks like. So if I just go to www.opusevent.com, here's our homepage where you've got a variety of information available describing what we do with honor group auditions, solo and ensemble, and conference registration. There's also lists down here at the bottom that show you what events are currently open in each application. And then there's a link to each one also, where you can go to audition.opusevent.com, contest.opusevent.com, and register.opusevent.com. Finally, I'll just point out briefly that there's also a contact sheet in case you need to get a hold of support. You can fill out our contact form, and that is a monitored email box during business hours and actually monitored quite a bit after hours and weekends as well, especially when we're busy with events. There's also our support address down here that you can always just click and send an email right out of your email system if you would like. One of the most important things to do is be sure and tell us the application, honor groups, solo ensemble, or conference registration, and please let us know which event you're asking about. And the reason I emphasize that is pretty much any time of the year, we can have anywhere from 20 up to 150 different events running at any given time. We do service pretty much the whole United States, and we've got now coming up on over 30, I think there's 32 or 33 states now that do a lot of events for us. So it's difficult for us to know what you're asking about unless we know which specific event you're talking about. Okay, so for creating a new account, I'm just going to go ahead and use Opus Audition. It's the identical process in Opus Contest and Opus Register. And by the way, you do not need to create an OpusEvent account for all 3 of these applications. One account services all of them. So you have a single login to remember, and they all work. So I'm going to go ahead and go to audition.opusevent.com. And normally I would just sign in if I already have an account. But if I don't have an account, notice there's this little create an account link right here. Are you new to OpusEvent? Go ahead and click that link, and it'll start the process for you. And it's fairly simple. We need to know name, the email. And by the way, the email has to be one that you actually control. You have to be able to receive an email from us for confirmation. And then we want a password and a confirmation of the passwords. And I'll take this moment to let you know what our password requirements are. The password must be at least 6 characters in length. It needs to have at least 1 number. It can have more. It has to have 1 special character, like a @ or a £sign or an exclamation point. It has to have at least 1 lowercase letter and at least 1 uppercase letter. This is more stringent than we have had before. We now follow the guidelines that are recommended by the larger companies, whether it's Google, Microsoft, those type, and we have some pretty critical data here that we want to keep safe. So you need to have a secure password, and there's been some people that have had problems with that with our new version, but we feel pretty pretty firmly about this, that we need to protect this data because we've got a lot of student information that we store, and we just don't want that stuff getting out. So we're very security conscious. Okay, so I'm going to set up a simple account for me. I'm just going to use my name, Rick Lyson. I'm going to use a Gmail account that I have for testing. And now I'm going to go ahead and create a password. And so I create that. I have a special character in uppercase. I've got some numbers in there. And I click on next. Okay. What it just did is it says an email containing a PIN has been sent to my Gmail address. And please check that, and you need to enter this PIN so that we know that that you do indeed have control over this email. So I go into my Gmail account, and it is already showed up. And there's my PIN, 745181. So I go back to my new account, 745181, and I click on next. And it says, yeah, that was the right PIN. Now we need some information. So I'm going to be at 1234 Main Street. I'm up in Bellingham, Washington. So it auto-filled that from my addresses. So we're up here where we get wet a lot. All right. And one of the questions here is, do you want to link a membership? And you don't have to do this right away, but I want to explain what it is before you create the account. We link to many national and state level organizations. The ones listed here are American Choral Directors Association. We have Michigan State Band and Orchestra Association, National Association for Music Educators, NAFME. We have Nebraska Music Educators. We have Texas Choral Directors and Texas Private School Music Educators, and Washington State Music Educator Associates. The reason why you need to link these in is if you are getting ready to register for a NAFME-based honor band, or maybe an ACDA honor choir that's a national level, or even a regional level, they only open up those events to their membership. And unless your current membership is linked here, then you will not have access to it. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you a different way to do it, but you can choose to link it. And we go ahead and create a user. Oh, and I need to add a primary phone. Okay, that user is now created, and I am logged into Opus Audition, and it's now showing me a list of all of the events that I have access to. If I go ahead and select one of these events, like the ACDA Minnesota Composer application, I select it. Now I'm on that event homepage, excuse me, and ready to go ahead and create a new application or edit my existing applications that I may have for that event. And if I want to go back and switch events, I just hit the switch event, and now I'm right back here ready to choose the ones that I have security for. At any time, you can go into your user profile, and it'll tell you who you are up here just by saying hello and your name. And if you click on your user profile, here's the information that we just set up. 1234 Main Street, my phone number, any memberships that I have, and here's where you can edit that information. So you can go ahead and edit your own address. If you move states, you can change it without losing your OpusEvent account information. You can also change your username. So if you get a new email address, you can change that. And you can also update your password here. Same with the telephones. Here is another place then that later on you can go ahead and link your memberships. So if you decide that you have to link in an ACDA membership, great, you click link a new membership, select ACDA. We need to key in the ACDA login email. So I'll say it's vbrick@gmail.com. And then I need to key in my ACDA membership number. I don't have one, so this will not work. But if you type in your email that's on file with ACDA and your ACDA membership number, you click on save, and it actually goes out. It just went out to ACDA and says, no, your vbrick57@gmail.com is not on ACDA. But if yours is, it'll come up and tell you what states you're affiliated with, what membership type, and when your expiration date is. And then you just go ahead and click save again, and it'll be in there. The nice thing about the memberships is how we did this is that you can have a single account with OpusEvent, but you can link that single account to all of your national memberships, ACDA, NAFME, WMEA, whatever they are. You can link them, and then you never have to do anything with it again. Next year, when you renew your ACDA membership, as an example, the next time you log in to OpusEvent, in the background, we'll automatically go out to ACDA and verify your new information. So you don't have to come back and re-update this stuff. We've had a lot of problems with these upstream memberships over the years, so that was part of what we wanted to do with our new system here, was to get the membership information linked to a single user account. So you guys just have one place to log in and one password to remember and nothing else. The last thing I want to show you here on your user profile is if you happen to have created multiple OpusEvent accounts, and the only way you could do that is with different emails. So let's say your Gmail account, you created one, and you created one under your school account, and you don't know which events you're using for which one, you can go ahead and merge them together. And I'm not going to go through the merge process right now, but that'll be in a different video. But it will actually take two separate user accounts with all of the history that has been built up over the years in different events, and it'll merge them into one, whichever one of the two you want to keep, and it'll clean up the other one. So we have this nice little merge function too, in case you happen to have too many accounts. So that's what I wanted to show you in creating a new user. It's a simple process, and you just need to go through it one time, and then you're all set. So thanks for watching. And if you need anything, you can always contact us at support@opusevent.com. Thanks.